They say the heart wants what it wants, but what if what it wants could destroy everything? My name is Zara Williams, the daughter of one of the richest men in Africa. I've lived in glass towers, worn diamonds since I could walk. But I've never known what real love feels like until I met him. Ebere, a boy from Ajegunle, a boy who swept the floors of my university. But somehow, he swept into my heart too. He never asked who I was, never cared about my last name. He looked at me like I was enough, just as I am. We spent quiet evenings in the school library, shared meat pies and silly jokes. I told him my secrets, he told me his dreams. And under the rain one night, beneath a broken shelter near the cafeteria, he kissed me. Slowly, like he was afraid I'd vanish if he moved too fast. That was the moment. I fell. But the world we lived in wasn't ready for us. My father found out, Chief Zara Williams, the man who built empires and tore hearts apart. He called Ebere to his office, offered him 50 million naira to leave me, to vanish. Ebere refused, so my father destroyed him, took his scholarship, got his mother fired, spread lies, and made him disappear. And then, he came for me.
You will forget that boy. You will marry Jide, or I will ruin what's left of him.
He locked me away, took my phone, told me Ebere sold me out, took the money and ran. I believed him. I cried every night. And when I couldn't take the pain, I agreed to marry Jide until the engagement party, when I overheard Jide laughing on the phone.
The Ajegule rat, her father handled him well. Zara's mine now.
That's when I knew. Everything I was told was a lie. I ran, I searched, and I found him. Ebere, covered in grease, working in a mechanic shop in Ibadan. Why didn't you tell me? Why did you let me believe you betrayed me?
Because if I told you, you'd come for me, and if you came for me, they'd come for you.
I still love you.
And I still love you, Zara. But love shouldn't destroy everything it touches.
They tried to break us. They tried to bury our love. But sometimes, love grows strongest in the dark. I stayed in Ibadan that night. I sat beside him in that dusty workshop while he fixed a stranger's car, like he wasn't the man who once held my heart like it was gold. I watched him, silent, angry, bruised, but still mine. Why didn't you fight for us?
I did, Zara. I fought your father. I fought the lies. I fought every day just to stay sane. But I couldn't fight the system, not with empty pockets and a sick mother.
You should have let me fight too.
I couldn't. You're light, and I'm just mud.
We sat there, two broken pieces, still trying to fit. I told him I'd left Jide, that I walked out of the engagement party just to find him. And that's when I gave him the ultrasound photo. I'm carrying your child.
Mine?
Ours. For a moment, the world paused. No father, no Jide, no wealth, no pain, just us and the heartbeat of something we created together. But peace never lasts long in a world ruled by power. Black jeeps pulled up outside the workshop. My father's men, armed, cold, and they weren't here to talk.
Get the girl. Secure her now.
Ebere, run!
Zara, go. I'll hold them.
They dragged me into the car. I kicked. I cried. I begged them to stop. Please, he's the father of my child. Please. They locked me in a private hospital. Told the nurses I was mentally unstable. Told the world I had a breakdown. They took my baby scan. Took my voice. But they couldn't take my truth. Because somewhere out there, Ebere was still breathing, and our child, still growing. They thought it was over. They thought love had lost. But they forgot one thing. I'm my father's daughter, and I will fight back. They say time heals, but time didn't heal me. It only healed the wound until it started to bleed again. The night they dragged me away from Ebere, something inside me shattered. My father's men locked me in a private facility. I wasn't sick, but they said I was unstable. They sedated me, took away my phone, took away the ultrasound photo. But they couldn't take my baby. Hold on, my child, just hold on. Mummy's coming back for you. I spent 5 months locked in that place. No Ebere, no voice, just the sound of my baby's heartbeat, reminding me I was still alive. When I went into labor, they moved me to a hidden maternity wing. No visitors, no cameras, not even a name for the birth certificate. It's a girl, crying gently, my baby, you're real. It means God's grace. Because somehow, I was still breathing, still surviving, still fighting for her. 2 nights later, they took her from me. No, where are you taking her? She's mine, please.
Orders from the family. You're not in a condition to keep her.
I screamed until my throat broke, but they didn't stop. Brief pause. My father wanted to raise her himself, clean, controlled, without Ebere's bloodline tainting his empire. He thought locking me up would silence me. But in those quiet months, I was plotting. I wrote letters, hid them in books, smuggled one to a cleaner. She sent it to the only person I knew would never stop looking for me, Gozi, Ebere's sister. The moment she read that letter, she knew what to do. She exposed everything, online, to the press, to the world.
Breaking news. Billionaire mogul Chief Williams accused of forcing his pregnant daughter into confinement.
Suddenly the world was watching. Protests outside the hospital, hashtags trending, people demanding, where is Zara? Where is her baby? My father couldn't contain the fire anymore. The board of his company threatened him. His public image was collapsing. That night he did something I never imagined. He let me go.
You're free to go, Zara. But know this, you'll never raise that child in my name.
I don't want your name. I want her to have his. I left. No guards, no cameras, just me. And the fire still burning in my chest.
Zara?
She's here, Ebere. Our daughter, Amarachi, is here.
You kept her safe?
I carried her through hell just to bring her home. That night, he held both of us, and we cried, not because we were weak, but because we'd survived. But peace doesn't last long, not when the powerful have scores to settle, not when love has become a threat. For the first time in a long time, I felt sunlight on my skin and peace in my heart. Our daughter, Amarachi, was finally where she belonged. Home. In my arms. In Ebere's arms.
She has your stubborn eyes, Zara, and your spirit.
That's dangerous. She's going to be unstoppable. For those few weeks, we were just a family, not a billionaire's curse, not a scandal, just us, until he came back. Legal custody petition filed by Chief Williams demanding full rights over Amarachi.
He wants to take her from us? After everything?
He's not done punishing me. He wants to erase you and rewrite our child's story. The court date was set, and suddenly, my past was on trial.
Case number 077, Williams v. Zara.
His lawyers painted me as unstable, a runaway, a girl who had chosen a nobody over her legacy. This woman hid a child from her family, choosing poverty over structure. How can she raise a billionaire's heir with a roadside mechanic? She's not your heir. She's my daughter, and I'll protect her with everything I have. Every word they said cut me open, but I didn't bleed. I stood tall because my baby girl was watching. Ngozi testified. The nurses, the whistleblowers, people came forward, all of them proving one thing, that I was never the villain. I was the victim.
This court finds no reason to remove custody from Miss Williams. Full maternal rights are upheld. The child, Amarachi, remains with her mother.
We won, my baby. Mommy won.
We all did.
The war was over. But scars don't vanish. I still wake up sometimes, thinking they'll take her again, that it was all a dream. But when Amarachi smiles, I remember. We survived the fire. Why is the press calling me now?
Breaking. Leaked documents reveal that Chief Williams' empire is collapsing under federal investigation. Allegations of fraud, bribery, and years of hidden abuse now exposed.
It was happening. Everything he built was crumbling. And it started the day he tried to silence love. Ebere walks in, holding a letter. Ebere, this letter came for me. It's from him, my dad.
Perhaps I was wrong. Perhaps I tried to protect you so much. I destroyed the very thing I feared losing. I never knew love until I saw it fight me back.
Forgiveness isn't a gift I owe, but maybe one day Amarachi will teach us both. Love doesn't always come easy. Sometimes it comes with curses, with chains, with fire. But real love, it survives. We named her Amarachi because grace always finds its way home. The storm had passed, but the damage was still all around us. We were rebuilding, slowly, quietly, with one crib, 2 hands, and a heart that still carried too many scars. Ebere started a small workshop in Yaba. Nothing fancy, just oil, tools, and peace. He named it Amara Autotech, for the daughter who changed everything. As for me, I turned my voice into power. I am not just the daughter of a billionaire. I am a mother, a survivor, and a voice for women who were never meant to speak. I gave speeches, I wrote, I stood beside women who had also escaped golden cages we faced. Life felt lighter. But just as we began to hope, Zara, turn on the news.
In a shocking twist, a man has emerged claiming to be the secret son of late billionaire Chief Williams. His name is Chuka Williams, aged 27, and he's demanding full control of the Williams estate, including custody of the child, Amarachi Williams.
What? That man is a stranger. He never knew my father. He's never seen my child.
He doesn't care, he wants the money, and she is the last piece of the puzzle.
Zara, he's already filed a suit. They are claiming you're unfit again, that Amarachi belongs to the legacy, not to you. Why does the world keep trying to take her from me? First my father, now a man I've never met, holding documents with her name on them.
We'll fight him, Zara, even if we have to take him to the Supreme Court.
But fighting power costs everything. We were exhausted. Money was low, and Amarachi, she began to feel our fear. I'm scared, Ebere. What if the court believes him? What if they say she belongs to their world?
Then I will burn their world to the ground before I let it swallow our child.
One night, I found something. It was my father's handwriting, a will, hidden, forgotten.
And should I pass, all assets tied to family legacy shall pass to my only living heir, Zara Amarachi Williams, or any child born of her blood.
He never intended to give it to anyone else. Not Chuka, not his board. Just me and my daughter. Then let the world come. This time, I'm ready.
Based on this newly verified will, all claims by Mr. Chuka Williams are hereby dismissed.
We won. Not just the case, but our future. You don't belong to their legacy. You are the legacy. And from that day on, I stopped running. I stopped hiding. Because I finally understood. Love was never a weakness. It was the only power that could break a curse. We thought it was over. That winning the case meant peace. But power doesn't disappear. It just changes hands. And sometimes the ones closest to the throne carry the darkest knives. We were finally living again. Amarachi was safe. The business was growing. And Ebere, he started smiling again. We didn't know someone else was watching. It started small. Photos of Amarachi online. Unsolicited packages at our doorstep. Then a note in red ink. Zara reading. She carries blood money, and the blood always comes back.
This isn't from Chuka, this is something else, something older.
And he was right. Because buried in the documents my father left was a name. One no one was supposed to say aloud. Kolapo Olowu. Chief Kolapo Olowu. Once a business partner, later a sworn enemy. Betrayed by my father in a $1 billion land scam. Left bankrupt. His wife gone. His son missing. His rage eternal. And now he wanted what he believed was owed. The bloodline. Amarachi. He sent someone to the daycare. They tried to take her.
Enough. We go to the police.
But power like Kolapos doesn't live in the light. It lives in men. With uniforms and badges and hollow smiles.
We'll look into it, sir. But billionaires settle things quietly. You understand?
They didn't care. They'd been bought. So we went underground. We leave Lagos tonight. We disappear. I'm not losing her. Not after everything.
Before you vanish, you should see this. It was a photograph of my father and Kolapo smiling, holding a baby boy between them. On the back, A name was scribbled in rushed ink. Chuka Williams was never my father's enemy's enemy. He was Kolapo's son. A pawn planted, raised to destroy us from the inside.
Zara, we've been at war with ghosts, and now we fight the living ones.
We reached out to the press. We told them everything about Kolapo, about Chuka, about the blood they spilled. They tried to silence us again, but it was too late.
Explosive evidence now links Chuka Williams to a legacy of betrayal, fraud, and manipulation, tracing back to the fall of Kolapo Olowu.
They tried to write our story for us, but we took the pen back and we wrote with fire. Amarachi will grow up knowing the truth. Not the curse, but the courage. The blood they spilled won't define you. It will only prove how strong we had to be to survive. When you've been hunted long enough, you either die tired or turn and face the storm. We've run from them long enough. If they want fire, we'll give them fire.
Inside here, there are bank statements, bribes, offshore accounts, all tied to Kolapo Olowu. If we leak this, it's finished.
And we don't just leak it. We burn their house down with it. That night, we stopped being the hunted and became the hurricane.
Are you sure? If we push now, they'll come harder.
Let them. We will expose them. Live on every major feed. Every stolen kobo, every silenced woman, every lie they buried beneath gold and blood.
Explosive evidence tonight exposes the late Chief Williams' empire as part of a decades-old cartel led by Kolapo Olowu. Sir, are the allegations true? Did you plot to steal the legacy of Zara Williams and her daughter?
And then they hit back.
Zara, get down.
They tried to silence us with bullets, but it only made us louder.
Get in, go, go, go.
They could have killed her. They don't care if she's a child.
Then we end this. We don't run anymore. We walk into their palace and set it on fire.
We discovered Kolapo would be at an exclusive event, the Legacy Awards Gala, surrounded by his puppets, in a glass tower, untouchable, until we touched him. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to present an award. The award for Lagos's most decorated liar and the man who nearly stole my child's future. Kolapo Olowu is no leader. He is a vulture who used my father's grave to build his throne. Run. The truth runs faster.
Kolapo Olowu, former oil magnate and alleged cartel leader, has been arrested.
The fire came, but so did the wind. And when fire marries wind, they become a storm. And that storm cleansed everything.